Welcome to The Borderline Man. I just realized a couple of days ago in a discussion that there was something about borderline that I didn't know. Something, I don't know if it's really important, but it could make a difference if you understand that the concept of favorite person doesn't necessarily mean one person. For my sake, it doesn't really matter because it's quite obvious that my favorite person is one person, my ex. And I've been really focused on her on so many levels. Not healthy, as the favorite person thing usually turns out to be. But in discussion with her in the last few weeks, I realized that a friend of hers, which she struggles to help, a friend that broke up with his wife and has been feeling incredibly bad. I mean, beyond just normal grief, he's been needing hospitalization, he's been needing professional care from psychiatrists, and he is constantly calling her, needing affirmation and so on, and support and just general help. He's acting just like I acted when I felt the worst. That's one of the things that's very typical for someone with borderline. You let the emotions take over completely, and you become this pest for your surrounding, for your favorite person especially. So I just introduced the news to her and said, congratulations. You are now the favorite person of a second person with borderline, because it is so obvious that he has borderline. I'm really explain why. There's a lot more things going on, but it's when she and I discussed it, he matched perfectly, and I mean perfectly, 7 out of the 9 criteria. And he's even a lot worse than I am when I was at my worst. A lot worse. He's probably quite an extroverted a borderline person, which means that it's quite obvious what he is feeling. He doesn't hide it in any way. He doesn't direct it inwards. He directs it outwards, constantly seeking help from others, constantly seeking help. And my ex has been his go-to support in this, to the point that she is completely overwhelmed. And she said to me in the beginning, this is a lot worse than you in the beginning when we broke up. You constantly sought affirmation and support, and you called me and time again and so on, and feeling bad, and the roller coaster of strong emotions. This guy is acting towards her like this, but here's the interesting part. He's not doing it only at her. He's also, of course, doing it at his ex-wife, the one he broke up with, or rather she broke up with him. He is also acting this way towards, I think it is his sister, I'm not sure, I can't remember right now, it doesn't matter. So to all of his surrounding, he is this constant pest, basically, in seeking help, seeking affirmation, seeking everything. But as far as I understand, it's actually my ex that takes the majority of this. So I decided to do what people do when they encounter something strange. I Googled, and lo and behold, I found a lot of discussions online. Not much scientific data, but a lot of discussions that said that, well, when I was at my worst and so on, I had more than one person that could easily qualify as a favorite person. So it doesn't necessarily mean one person. This is interesting. This means that it is a little bit more complicated, maybe, this phenomena than the textbooks says. I just wanted to share this interesting fact, or fact is, what should we call it? Theory. Well, maybe that's a strong word as well. A hunch, let's call it a hunch, that a favorite person can probably be more than one. And yeah, what's your experience? Is it been clearly one person for you? Are you one of those persons who have been a favorite person? Or can you also identify that you might have had more than one favorite person, if you have had or having still problems with borderline? Let me know in the comment sections.